Fantastic. Let's go straight into this one here. This is the Supersport 150 Class 4. Their second race of the weekend yesterday. Elation for Hunter Charlotte as he won it as the lights are out and we're away, and a great start from our two boys, 1 and 2 yesterday. And Nixon Frost gets the drag, so this is going to be an all-important drag race too. The first corner we've also got Lucas Guthrie and Kieran Meir. Kieran on that slightly underpowered Jixabit doing a wonderful job here yesterday, narrowly missing out on the podium. He'll be hungry for some more of that today as we get underway. The 6-lap race for Supersport 150, and it's a pleasure and an honour to be joined by Dr. Steve Bagshaw here. And Dr. Steve, as a passionate junior motorcycle development officer, how's it to see Supersport 150 on the big show here?
Thanks, Bradley. Welcome everybody to this beautiful Sunday morning at Pero Motorsport Park, Ruapuna, for the 150 Supersport race currently on. Yes, this is the second step in the sort of development of junior riders, and I guess I've got a cat in the fight here with young Kieran Meir on the Gixxer 150. As you can see, if you're watching closely, it doesn't quite have the power and the speed of the Yamaha R15 that the other three boys are riding. But nevertheless, he makes up for it in corner speed and sheer spit and grit and stick-to-itiveness.
All right, brilliant stuff. All right, they're into Christchurch Casino Carousel for the first time. A 6-lap race. It's going to go pretty quickly here. It was awesome to see Hunter here yesterday take his first Supersport 150 win and do it in front of his home fans. A good crowd coming in here to Mike Perry Motorsport Park already this morning, so this will feel pretty good as well. He's not mucking around, got a massive advantage already as he heads into the Southern Salvage S's. He's chased hard by Nixon Frost on the used homes TSS Motorcycles machine. That's exciting. And then that battle for the podium. It was red hot for 6 laps yesterday, and it doesn't look like it's going to let us down today either, as Kieran just a little bit quicker into the Aeon dipper. Lucas there doing enough of a defensive job to block the line away. And Dr. Steve, the racecraft these young men are showing is quite exciting.
Well, that's right. So I'm hoping that the first race that Lucas did this morning tired him out a little bit, but it may well have got him up to speed. So we'll see how that pans out by the end of 6 laps. So it's really interesting. There goes Hunter over the start-finish line for lap 1, followed by Nixon from Wellington, and then Lucas and Kieran having a dice here for the final place on the podium. So a little bit of background about 150 Supersport. It started a few years ago, of course, with the Suzuki Gixxer Cup when we had 20 or 30 of the bikes out here on the grid. That slowly dwindled away over the years, and it's sort of been replaced by what we now call the 150 Supersport class, which is going to be is dominated by the Yamaha R15 150cc bike, which is a fantastic. It's an amazing motorcycle for the design and for the price of it. It's just an incredibly good motorcycle. So this is the class where our star of the future, Cormac Buchanan, got his start through my Business Motor Academy New Zealand and the Yamaha racing development team of Mr. Steve Lloyd from New Plymouth. And following that, Cormac went over to Australia to race in the Oceania Junior Cup. And I've mentioned that because 2 of the boys out here are doing the same thing in 2023. So Hunter Charlotte and Nixon Frost will be going over to the Oceania Junior Cup in Australia to race, which is what's called a talent cup structure, where lots and lots of young riders are in there and they get coached all on the same gear, and all looking the same and having a wonderful battle, just like the Red Bull Rookies Cup that Cormac's racing in now. And so they'll be joined by a 3rd New Zealand rider who's standing down on the pit wall currently. Hayden Fordyce is going over as well, so we'll have 3 cats in that fight, and hopefully someone will come out on top.
Oh, this is exciting stuff. All right, thank you for that. We've got 4 laps to go when Hunter crosses the line. He's in well command of this one here. So lapping 2-minute .932, so that's his personal best he's ever done around here. And he's got a massive advantage over Nixon Frost now. So the time's 7.6 seconds when they cross. So that's a telling blow. Only 2 laps into this race. And look at the average speed, Doctor. He's still doing 102 kilometres an hour average speed on these 150s. So although it might not look frighteningly quick, that's still a good clip.
That's right. So that just goes to show you how good these small 150cc bikes really are. You can really ride them hard. So Hunter is knocking on the door of the New Zealand Superbike 150 Supersport lap record at that pace, which was set by Cormac Buchanan, who's he? Yeah. So he's knocking on the door of that, around a second-ish or half a second off that pace. So he's getting there, getting close.
This is exciting stuff. He's into the Fulton Hogan S's for the midway stage of this race. Nixon Frost on that Hughes Holmes TSS Motorcycles supported machine. He's still lapping in the 2:04.6s, so hanging on for dear life, but he's got a 7.6 second deficit to try and make up. Lucas Guthrie still third place ahead of Kieran Meyer, and there's 2.3 seconds in that fight as well. So that one there is looking like it's all exciting times here. Supersport 150, we've got it all on display here. And the future of New Zealand road racing. It's such a pleasure to be part of this as Hunter Charlotte, son of the legendary Dennis Charlotte, former multiple-time road race champion. Now he is the one leading out on Ruapuna. It's exciting times. We've got Nixon Frost there in second. His father also a two-time New Zealand Superbike champion. So just to have the names coming back through the sport, Doctor, it's pretty exciting there as well.
That's right. I mean, now this is the second, the new generation of road racers. Hunter Charlotte, obviously from the Charlotte family, and Nixon from the Frost family, both Superbike champion dads. Kieran Meyer, also his dad and uncle, have all been Superbike racers in New Zealand at one level or another. Sometimes it's a horizontal level in the corners, but they burned up a few tyres as well, so good on them. And of course the Guthrie family are stalwarts of the sport here in Christchurch. Yeah, 3 generations of them.
Oh, it's exciting stuff. So another fastest lap of the race there for Hunter. He's knocking on the sub 2 minute mark. He's a 2 minute .245. So can we see him dip into those below 2 minute lap times? That will be exciting for Hunter. Talking to him this morning, and it was a little goal of his to try and get quicker and quicker, and that's exactly what he's doing now. He's got the lap record of a 155.4 for Cormac, and so that one there shaping up nicely. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, the lap time that Brad just mentioned, 155, is the overall 150 Supersport lap record. But for NZSBK, we're looking at a 159.0, so it's about 1 second-ish off the pace. Now, unfortunately for him, he's either going to have to find that himself because he's out on his own, but because he's not being pushed by anyone or dragged along by anyone. And that's unfortunate. As you spectators, you're not going to miss it. There aren't many bikes out there in this class at the moment, and that's unfortunate. But what MNZ, Motor Academy New Zealand, Motorcycling Canterbury, and others in the background are trying to do is to build this level of the sport so that these guys and 10 or 20 others, if we can find them, become the Superbike champions of 2030.
All right, so what is the best way for someone watching at home on Ctas or someone here in the crowd that's excited about junior road racing? What's the best way for them to get involved, Dr. Steve?
Sure, so that depends on your age of the children that you're thinking about getting involved. From about 7 years old to 12-ish years old, we have a program in what we call Mini 150 or Mini GP or Mini Supersport, where we have available the KO Mini GP 150 motorcycle. And if you're wondering about the pits, have a look at the Charlotte garage. And Emma Charlotte's KO is sitting out there, painted up in a beautiful sparkly pink for her favourite colour. And there's a couple of other KO 150s sitting there, done up, one in Monster Energy colours, and one or two others, and we'll be having those out here on the track at lunchtime, and so you'll be able to see those bikes in action as well.
All right, a bit of an update on this race here. 2 laps to go for Hunter Charlotte. He's got 13.8 seconds between him and Nixon Frost, who's in second place, but he's getting quicker and quicker, so it's a green lap time for Nixon that last lap around, so exciting stuff for him. Then we go to Lucas Guthrie on the Get Off My Motor E&I Oils supported machine. That's third place for Lucas, and then go back to TSS Motorcycles, Kieran Meyer in fourth place there.
And that one's, Brad, that's the biggest gap we've seen between those two. Yesterday they were much closer, so that's a bit of a breakaway from Lucas today, because we did have the opportunity for Kieran to match him yesterday for a good part of the race, including the dash for the finish line. We're getting some very good slipstreaming, and maybe the credit today, who knows, it could have just taken one little hiccup or one false neutral or something for Kieran out there to have drop back like that. But let's look at it the other way as well, that young Lucas getting a lovely corner. And as you've said, Brad, the best hairpin corner in New Zealand road racing, the Euromark hairpin over here by the Ruapuna Speedway side of Ruapuna Park, Mike Peros Motorsport Park. But to see these little 150s tuck around that corner, man, they are just so good. And if you've got quality photographers, we've got Mel here, and we've got Kirsten in the crew, to get a shot of a 150 leaning right over, you've got all the makings of what is MotoGP stars of the future, and there's no reason why not. And the work that Steve and the crew behind the scenes are doing, and the fact that FIM has acknowledged this, and the best way to get a foot in the door of international racing is actually as kids at the moment, because they're going to get some subsidised money to make this happen as well. That's the cool feature about this, because the FIM globally is recognising this, so to have that Oceania link is going to be great. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that to happen. But more importantly, there is a global recognition of getting our kids into sport, and Dr. Steve would appreciate sort of an upgrade, because we think of the Red Bull rookies at that elitist level, but to see how good it's going to be, this name Talent Cup now is something there's many of the what do they call them, continents in the world that are doing it under the FIM, so no reason why we can't get involved as well.
Well, that's right, Neil. So I can rattle them off from the top to the underneath. The Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup, followed by Junior GP World Championship. Cormac Buchanan's racing in both of those, so he's racing in an official FIM World Championship in Spain. And then there's the British Talent Cup, the European Talent Cup, the Northern Talent Cup, the North America Talent Cup, the Asia Talent Cup, the Oceania Junior Cup, and lately the newest kid on the block is the India Talent Cup. So if anyone out there wants to help us build an Oceania Junior Cup in New Zealand, which we plan or hope to call the Aotearoa Junior Cup, please come and talk to someone at MNZ and say you'd like to help, because if we can get 10, 12, 15 or 20 150s out here racing with young riders from 12 to 16 or 18 on board, then we'll start to build the core base of our sport.
All right, this is exciting. We're on the final lap now, and Hunter Charlotte has one corner to go between him and back-to-back victories. Bearing in mind as well, these guys come back later on this afternoon and have the Supersport 150 Grand Prix title on the line here, and it's all looking nice for this man here. Out of the final corner and down the front straight. He had a win here yesterday. It was his first in Supersport 150 racing. Now, this is going to feel just as good. He's gone his fastest lap time ever around here, and to win again back-to-back for the Mega Motorcycle Centre Race Supplies supported Hunter Charlotte. That's magical stuff, and great to see that. Out of the final quarter in second place is the 99, the man who floated the flag brilliantly for New Zealand in the Oceania Junior Cup this year. He's back again for another go at it next year. Nixon Frost will come home in second place on the Hughes Holmes TSS Motorcycles supported machine.
And in fact, Brad, he's wearing his OJC leathers there.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, so the OJC leathers, that's all part of the package, isn't it, Dr. Steve? You go there and you get the leathers, you get the helmet and the gear, and you get the coaching, and it's good to see some Australian Superbike champions helping them out along the way.
Absolutely, Brad. The Oceania Junior Cup and hopefully the Aotearoa Junior Cup, these are turnkey operations where you and your children, your mum and dad or supporters, and here comes Lucas coming up for the final podium place. Well done to him. 2 races in a row. And as I was saying, I was hoping that it would puff him out, but no, I got up to speed rather than getting puffed out, so well done him. And here comes Kieran, still cranking at full throttle, full noise on the Jigsaw 150. So yeah, just to wind up, the Oceania Junior Cup and the Aotearoa Junior Cup, these are turnkey operations. You turn up as a group with your young prospective rider, everything is provided to you. You don't get to own the motorcycle, but you get all of the safety gear that it's yours to own, look after and look at forever in a day. You get full coaching, everything's taken to the circuits for you. All you do is turn up, learn the skills, go racing and have a great family time.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Steve. What a legend. That's fantastic. The junior road racing looking good. And we're going to cross down to Neil, who will have our Supersport 150 podium. Hunter Charlotte gets back-to-back wins for the weekend ahead of Nixon Frost and Lucas Guthrie. Over to you, Neil.
Oh, nice work. Get Off My Moto and Lone Star Joe's Garage and Mega Motorcycle Centre proud to be behind Lucas here, the third generation of our Guthrie family, as he just shuts the engine down, quickly have his helmet off. But of course these kids now have got quality leathers that they can use as young kids. You know, they've got the knee sider, they've got the boots and the rest on board. So good opportunity to make sure they're on board. And here we are with the whole family here to celebrate with them. And we'll get to him. He's going to put the Pirelli cap on as well and come straight to the picture. He'll feel much better with the opportunity. Yeah, that's it. We'll take the drink on first of all, Lucas. Hey, congratulations, because you left Kieran behind that time. You got away from it a little bit better. That was a better race for you.
Yeah, I did. Just about pace and yeah.
Right, track feeling good today?
Yeah, it is. It's really warm and my tyres are really hot. Yeah.
Yeah, feeling better than yesterday?
Yeah, way better.
Way better. All right. You get an idea of what speed you're doing? Did you think you were going faster?
About 148, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's pretty rapid, isn't it? Feeling good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you do better today?
Yeah.
You can.
Definitely.
Well, hesitation from you. Well done, Lucas. Got to love that. Well, here's another young man on his way up in the sport, and it's so cool to see as we look to get into our media swarm down here at the moment. Oh, I like the Brolly Dolly. The Brolly Dolly is pretty awesome indeed. Hey, pretty awesome. Nixon, how did that one feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. Just started improving in some more places, just around the corners, started leaning in a bit more. Yeah. So.
All right, hey, for you it was a background in kart sport. What's it like to be racing a motorcycle?
Way different than karting. Karting, I feel like the reason I switched over to motorbikes, karting was just like way too boring. Like, I like the thrill of like hanging off the side of the bike, like leaning over. It's way more fun than the go-karts.
Hey, I watched that video clip last night of the camera that's mounted up there looking at you, mate. You've got a smile on your face. You're a busy young man out there. You're leaning right over on the bike. It looks a whole lot of fun. Do you think to tell other kids that it is the best fun you can have?
Yeah, I love motorbiking. Like on like a weekend, the only thing that I'd want to do is just like go out motorbiking.
Yeah. Pretty cool, eh? Looking forward to going back to Australia this year?
Yeah, it's gonna be real cool. Going back there with Hunter and Hayden, it's gonna be real cool. Yeah.
Well done. Thank you very much. That's a cool one. How's that for a speech, folks? So looking pretty impressive. And this guy too has got a pretty impressive brolly dolly underneath the umbrella here for the Mega Motorcycles as we just get the next class going out for their warm-up. They'll be on their next lap, and there's just going to be a little bit of noise in the background. But before that, so Hunter, congratulations, 2:00.25. Did that feel like your fastest lap you'd ever done?
Yeah, it was real good. It was very impressed by me. Like I couldn't even. When I started riding this, I didn't believe I could go any faster or anything. And now I'm doing closer and closer to the lap record and stuff.
It is good. So, did you think the track was better today than it was yesterday?
No, not really. It was just the same.
The same for you?
Yeah, just got.
So how do you think you got the better time? Is it just more time on the bike? Is it you're starting to focus on some corners to go better than others?
Yeah, it's just where Nixon is and stuff. Like I can see when I come out of Nana's carousel, I can see him there, and then I see him getting further and further away, and I know I'm getting better time and stuff. So.
Have you got a favourite part here at Mike Perra Motorsport Park?
No, I like all the corners.
They're pretty cool. Hey, you got a lot of cool people supporting. Have you got some people you want to thank?
I want Kevin Goddard. He's my coach, I should say, and he's a real good one. Yeah.
That's a nice one. Well done, mate. That's a championship speech. You've even got a little sister behind you. Can she go fast on a bike?
Yeah, she's thinking about passing me, but nah.
Yeah, that she's thinking about passing. Well done, Emma. And I'm going to throw Dennis. They're quickly not going to form up here yet, mate. How good is that today for the kids, eh?
Oh, it's awesome. It'll be great to see more kids out here, but hopefully these kids can lead the pathway for kids out there watching or parents watching, that they can let their see what their kids can do. It's great, it's safe, it's fun, and all the kids get on really well together, and it's just like a big family, really.
Beautiful to see. There we go, folks. It is our future. It's our 150 Supersport class as we look to our farewell. Look at the age of these kids along here having some awesome fun today. Well done, Lucas Guthrie over there. We've got Nixon Frost here, and he's your champion at the moment with Hunter Charlotte. Bring it on.